In this video, we're going to see 5 very simple and practical ways to overcome challenging thoughts, whether they are self-critical ideas, worries, or other kinds of difficult thoughts. First, let's see what mustn't be done, because unfortunately, many YouTube videos are suggesting a common-sense strategy that is proven by science to actually worsen the problem. What is this strategy? Let's say you have a bad thought that makes you tell yourself, "I don't want to think about it. I need to distract myself," and drives you to getting busy with some work-related tasks or maybe some chores, or makes you want to just watch a movie or play video games. This sounds all seemingly harmless, doesn't it? Sure, it looks harmless, but it's not. Distraction at its core is a way to control and suppress your thoughts. But science has proven that trying to control or suppress your thoughts actually makes it worse. The more you try to suppress difficult thoughts, the stronger they become. Think about it. Have you ever been able to suppress a difficult thought for good? I don't think so. It lingers in the background, and at some point, it always comes back. I know what you're thinking. I just told you what does not work, and now you feel unarmed against these difficult thoughts. So let's see 5 practical strategies that are actually proven by science to be effective. 1. Label. The most effective way to deal with bad thoughts is distancing yourself from them, taking a step back, and realizing that they are just thoughts, words in your mind. But how do you do it? There are many ways. One of them is labeling these thoughts. So the next time you notice a thought or judgment you're getting caught up in, choose a label for it. The label does not have to be the right one. In fact, there isn't a right one. It needs to be something that makes sense to you. And if you can find a funny name, even better. Some examples of labels can be the bossy bully, the control freak, the buzzkill. These are general names, but it could be anything. The name of a person, the character in a movie, anything that makes sense to you. Think about it for a second. What could its name be? And if you want more exercises like this, you can find them by downloading the Swipe Joy app for free. Link in description. 2. Make fun. Another way to distance yourself from your thoughts and weaken their power is by making fun of them. The next time you start criticizing yourself, tell your inner critic things like, "Sure, thanks mind," or "All right, thanks for sharing." This way, you'll start distancing yourself from your inner judge through playfulness and humor. So don't fight with your inner critic. Make fun of it. Before we move on to the next point, if you like this video, don't forget to like and subscribe to not miss the next ones. 3. Self-acceptance meditations. Challenging thoughts are kept alive because of us tending to fight them, and in doing so, creating a strong opposition which fuels these same thoughts. Therefore, a way to manage them is to do the opposite. Instead of fighting them, you can start by being more compassionate and kind with them and with yourself. Self-compassion, self-kindness, self-acceptance are all synonyms for the same attitude of compassionate understanding towards ourselves. I know this might seem like another one of those feel-good advice, but it's actually proven by science. Many studies have demonstrated the effectiveness of self-acceptance for managing difficult thoughts and emotions, and the effect is instant. Try it for yourself and be ready to be surprised. You can find many self-acceptance meditations inside the Swipe Joy app. It's free to download. Link in description. 4. Mindfulness meditation. Don't skip this part because you've already heard about mindfulness meditation. Let me warn you about something. You might be doing meditation wrong. Many people practice mindfulness when they feel a negative emotion or difficult thoughts. But this way of going meditation at need is a form of control and suppression. Yes, unfortunately, it's very similar to distracting yourself, and it has the same bad consequences. Mindfulness meditation should be used differently. You should meditate when you don't feel those negative emotions, but, for example, every day at the same time. But what can you do when you feel these bad thoughts? You can do the exercises you've learned in points 1, 2, and 3. 5. Act regardless of. When experiencing difficult thoughts and feelings, people tend to freeze, or at best, they don't freeze, but they spend so much energy trying to control them, energy that could be spent on more useful things. The solution is knowing that these thoughts are there. You don't have to suppress them. You don't have to push them away, but you can go on with what you're doing. You know that they're there. You don't distract yourself. You just decide to go on with what you're doing regardless of them. To better explain this concept, the following metaphor can be very useful.
Imagine that you're the captain of a sailing ship, and you're sailing alone in a stormy sea. You see a safe port far in the distance. And that port represents your goals, what's important to you. So you start heading toward your goal, but all of a sudden, some sea monsters emerge from the water and scream at you. These monsters represent your emotions, your feelings and thoughts. So you stop heading toward the port and stay out in the water for a while. But this way, you're stuck. You're alone, unable to reach your safe destination. And the more you stay there, the more you think about what these monsters could do. Could they jump on the ship? Could they attack you? The more you think about it, the more you worry. And you realize that staying stuck is the wrong choice. And you decide to be brave. You turn the helm to place the ship in the direction of the port and hoist the sails. The ship reacts immediately to the change of pace and direction and starts sailing fast toward the port. The monsters emerge again from the water and scream at you, and you realize something you haven't noticed before. These ugly monsters can scream as much as they want, but they can't do you any real harm. They have no real power over you, so you keep sailing fast. The port keeps getting closer. The monsters, disappointed by their failure, start going back into the water. And after a while, you've reached the port and tie up your ship. You've reached your destination.
Did you like the metaphor? Awesome! If you're looking for more practical tools to increase your self-esteem, you can download the Swipe Joy app for free from the App Store and Google Play Store. Or you can find the link in the description. Well, now it's your turn to put this information into action. Some practices might resonate more with you than others, and that's totally fine. So what strategy did you like the most? Let us know in the comments, and if you found this video useful, don't forget to like and subscribe to not miss the next ones.